Yeah, we definitely have some bigger changes coming this weekend in regards to temperatures. We're finally going to feel a taste of really like fall-like conditions for the weekend and beyond. In the meantime, for this evening, less humid. The dew points have coming back down to maybe the low 60s, not so much the mid 60s. So that's more typical for this time of year. Cloud covers out there. There's a sprinkle possible. I think that's more northeast of the area, but all in all, it should be dry, more comfortable evening. But then notice how the cloud cover begins to expand, and that's that low cloud cover stratus that hangs along the ground, begins to expand later tonight through tomorrow. Now, it's either going to be fog, which means visibility could be restricted at the surface, maybe down to a half, or you're going to just have that cloud deck sitting just above the surface, like about 100 feet. Either one of those two will probably happen tomorrow as you wake up. All in all, not going to expect to be widespread dense fog, but where it does form, as you note here, you could get down to a mile. Most of it's in the northern Iowa and then pockets along areas of bodies of water, rivers and such. You can see by the time we get to about 9 p.m., pretty much goes away any type of fog. The low cloud cover begins to break up like we saw today, and then you get more sun as you go towards noon in the afternoon time frame. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Now, tonight's temperatures of the dew points a little lower. They're going to get back down into the low 60s, upper 50s, not far from average, maybe a degree or two above, and a little bit less humid. Then tomorrow, pretty pleasant conditions once in the afternoon time frame. The winds begin to turn around to the south. Pretty close to average temperature. I think more sun widespread given it'll be a little bit drier air out there too. So all in all, a good Thursday. Now going into Thursday evening, should be no issues, but then notice the precipitation start to form northwest of Minneapolis. That is a cold front that'll be approaching here, but it's not going to provide much in the way of precipitation through Friday morning. A lot of it probably will die off. The front will kind of stay right to our northwest and then begin to slowly push southeast towards the area. So the morning should be fine. It'll be cloud cover, not expect to see fog type issues, and a little milder with that wind picking up out of the southwest. Now that front will come through likely some point in the afternoon. Right now, I do think we should see a line of storms developing, but right now it's kind of pushing it further to the north and west. You see not much coverage on that front. It kind of lacks moisture, but still that could change. I think Friday afternoon, Friday evening does open the opportunity for some storms to come through at that point. They could be somewhat strong or maybe severe. Gusty winds would be the thing to keep an eye on because there's a pretty cold air mass coming behind this, or cool air mass, so it does appear to bear some watching. Friday's temperatures still pretty seasonable, upper 70s, low 80s, a lot more cloud cover too, higher cloud cover to deal with, so some peaks of the sun. And then going into Friday, really the temperatures then, Friday night lows will get back down into the upper 50s, Saturday's lows. And then Saturday, look at the temperature drop here. We're back into the low 70s and breezy conditions with that northwest wind. Sunday, there's even a possibility some 50s up in the UP. So it gives you an idea how cold this air mass or cool this air mass is going to be like for all the way to October-like conditions. And that'll last probably through at least Tuesday before we start getting a little milder towards the end of next week. In fact, some areas could get close to 40 come Monday night into Tuesday. That looks like the coldest night right now with light winds, clearing skies. So it's definitely going to feel more like early October.
It sure will. That'll be quite a change.
Yes, it will be.
All right. Thanks, Greg.